Wow. I'm really trying to make sense of a lot of the news breaking about former President Donald Trump and the indictment, news of the indictment that dropped yesterday. So it is the story of the summer, isn't it? And, I don't want to make light of any of it, obviously, but everything that I say on this is the judge. Wow. She's a court appointed judge. Judge Eileen Cannon will be the presiding judge on the case, and she was appointed by what did that say? I didn't process that. What did that say? This is Judge Eileen Cannon. As you can see, there is no resemblance between her and the lady below. Okay, whatever. Um so Trump is in big trouble. He's been indicted and on some very serious charges. And, it's difficult to say from a legal perspective because obviously, I know nothing at all about criminal law and I know nothing at all about the case because on purpose I wasn't following the case. Interesting that there are only two defendants in this, and that would be Donald Trump and Walty Nauta, one of his employees, who apparently helped him to remove boxes of documents from Mar-a-Lago. But wait a minute. I'm looking for the picture I saw with the boxes in the bathroom, which to me were very, very crazy. I mean, okay. I mean, as I said, Mr. Trump is entitled to a good defense. But did he honestly store these documents in the bathroom? And if so, what was he really thinking? That's A. B. This is a bathroom in Mar-a-Lago? I mean, it looks like the shower curtain is literally slightly blocking the window. So it's not a lot of space. And there's a chandelier and there's marble. So you see some signs of wealth, but in other ways, it doesn't look like what I would expect a bathroom at Mar-a-Lago to look like. Okay, but the boxes. Okay, you know what? If I'm the attorney for Trump, the first thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to panic just because you show me a room piled up with boxes. First of all, my first question is this a real photo or is this AI? Was this photo generated or is this an authentic photo? Number one. Number two, what are these boxes? Boxes can be filled with a lot of things. These could be boxes filled with personal items for Mr. Trump. This could be boxes these could be empty boxes. These could be boxes of things from the White House that, in fact, are his personal possessions. So while it does look very scandalous to say that there were all these boxes piled up in this bathroom at Mar-a-Lago, the chandeliered, marbled bathroom in Mar-a-Lago, what's actually in the boxes? That's the first thing as an attorney I would like to know. I need to see those boxes for myself, and I need to see proof that those boxes were there at the time that they say they were there, and I need proof that what they say were in those boxes um, were actually in the boxes. Okay, these are my first few questions. But that said, let's assume that, in fact, these boxes are filled with classified documents from the White House. What do I do as a lawyer about that? Well, it's incriminating, obviously. It's incriminating. So, how do you get out of it? I don't really know. As I said yesterday, I think that my whole theory of this case would be Article 2 of the Constitution and a few other um, legislation or statutes that I am not privy to at the moment because I just, this isn't, I mean, I've never ever had to look at any of these statutes or legislations. I don't know what the wording actually says, but I need to look at presidential powers, right? I need to look at Article 2 of the Constitution. I need to look at what really is a president. When does the president stop having the right to have classified documents at his disposal, right? Now, okay, taking these documents out of the White House, if they were indeed classified, is a problem. Obviously, this is a problem. Why did you do that? Why did my client do that? Um, how do you explain this? Well, my client did it, Your Honor, because he is the president and he has a right to do it, right? He was privy to all of this information as president, as acting president. Okay, so now he's not acting president, right? But he's still, well, first of all, Your Honor, my client didn't pack these boxes. Not one of these boxes were packed or shipped by my client, right? These boxes were packed and these boxes were shipped. I'm sure that my client did not stand over his employees and say, put that in a box, put that in a box, don't put that. No, someone else made the executive decision to pack these boxes with the materials that they were packed with. And then they were shipped to my home in Mar-a-Lago, as was everything else that included my personal effects in the White House. Right? So that's step one. I didn't pack these boxes. These boxes were packed. I didn't ship these boxes. These boxes were shipped. Okay. Now, did I have any say in deciding what were taken? Perhaps. I'm president. I'm president. And at the time that the boxes were packed and shipped, I was president, right? And all of these documents I was privy to as president, as acting president. And I felt that I had a right to have these documents as part of my presidential effects that I took from the White House when I left. It's like, other items that I have taken that are not the subject of this litigation. I view these in the same way, that I had the right to take them because these are the things that I worked on. These are the things that concerned me. These are the things I was privy to while I was actively engaged in being president of the country, right? And, I had books to write, I have a library to create, a presidential library, and so on and so forth. And I really felt, in my subjective opinion, that as president, I had a right to these documents, even though they were classified, quote unquote. Um, I had a right as acting president to see them, and even as an inactive president, I regularly receive briefings of classified information. So, for me, the line between acting president and not active president is not as definitive as it might be for others. I feel that I'm always president, and I'm still referred to as President Trump, as are other presidents such as President Obama, President Bush, President Carter. Nobody calls President Carter Mr. Carter. They call him President Carter, right? President Bush, President Obama, okay? President Clinton, right? So we're all presidents. Now, only one of us can be the active president at any given time, but we're all presidents and we all receive certain specific um, privileges as president. We continue to receive classified documents, right? We continue to receive Secret Service protection. We continue to receive a paycheck from the U.S. government. So you can't suddenly place me in the category of just any normal citizen. I'm not, and I never will be. And so my possession of these documents is very different from Joe Schmo's possession of these documents. Sure, Joe Schmo's possession would be clearly be theft, right? But my possession is different. I mean, I have the authority as president to view classified documents, even when I am not the acting president at any given moment in time. This is a fact, right? I have the right to create a presidential library. I have the right to write my memoirs as a president where I need information from these documents, right? I did not take these documents to, as you know, within the context of espionage, to sell them to a third party or our enemies specifically, or to use them in a way that jeopardizes the national security of this country during wartime, which is a key word that this court must focus on. Wartime. None of these documents pertain to any active wartime engagement involving the United States, right? And my decision to retain them was based on my belief that as president, even though I'm not the acting president, I have a right to have these documents.